I'd say this guitar is working pretty damn good. I know I'm just sitting here noodling around, but it's really hard to stop playing this thing. We'll talk a little bit about the guitar here in a couple minutes. I've been playing a little bit this afternoon. I really finished it to the final degree today. And this thing is loaded with some really cool shit. Very, very cool instrument. Let me go to this other amp sim. I hate that these always open up in that stupid floating window, but I haven't figured out how to make that do that just yet. Now the Gojira amp sim, I think, is probably going to have the closest amp sim to what the owner of this guitar has expressed to me that he enjoys for an amplifier. Oh, look, and Texas Jackdaw is premiering a song. It's funny, he got a song done. I can't believe it. That's remarkable. Good job, buddy. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna share this video, so give me a moment to be a little self-indulgent here. Let's see, I can do that. And do that. And I'm gonna pause. I can't believe it. There we go. That's remarkable. Okay, there we go. Maybe I can do this. Let me copy the link. I want to send this to a very special person. We'll see if he can make it tonight. Let's see. Yeah. We'll see if he can make it tonight. I don't know if he can, if he'll be able to comment on the video. I don't know how much he uses YouTube, but he would be the gentleman who owns this guitar, who's actually, if he can watch this, he might be a little bit jealous because he's in a hotel room about 40 miles from here, but he's got to work. So he can't be here to play it, and he hasn't played the guitar since I've done the work that I've done on it, which is really what we'll do tomorrow with him. We're gonna do some final setup work and make sure that he is happy with the string action, which I have set up extremely low. I feel any lower, and I mean this thing is almost uncomfortable to play with me just on it as I am. He is telling me. He's telling me that he enjoys a PV style amp, and he likes like a solid state overdrive. Now, all I have are digital amp that mimic tube amplifiers, and I do believe either that amp. I'm not sure. This is a Gojira. They're famously use 5150s. So. I'm not sure if this is like the blue channel, the yellow channel, and the red channel on those amps. I'm not 100%. Don't really care too much, but this thing definitely has. It's amazing how sensitive this this whammy bar is on this guitar, man. If you look at it, you got some pitch change. These Kahlers are pretty sweet. I enjoy them. Feels really wicked. This guitar is really pretty sweet. Let me open this. Window up. Here we go. I think I can do this. I'm just making a couple of adjustments. Things got really quiet. That's great. Okay. How can I do that? Yeah, I can do that. There we go. Cool. I'm talking to myself. And I just wanted to do this too, in hopes that you can kind of get an idea of what can be done with a guitar like this. Another kind of detail on this is we'll go to the my DAW, and the Gojira plugin does not have a doubling effect like let's go to the Rebbe. We'll open this one up. See, it opens with this stupid big. I'd like it to stop doing that, but it's all right. We'll just leave them open. This has the doubler effect, which right now the Gojira, I've added a doubling effect, and let me turn off the delay. We'll just go to, yeah, totally dry. Okay, so I got these backwards, but that's fine. There's a doubling effect, and then we'll go over here to the Rebbe, and we'll turn the reverb and delay off, and here we go. That's very interesting. There we go. So this is Rebbe. Right? Here's the amplifier that it's very cool. Very, very high gain tone. This one has a kind of a nice sounds pretty good, and I think I've got some pedals. I've got a fuzz pedal on here and a compressor. Let's turn this fuzz off and the compressor. Cool. Isn't that cool? We'll go ahead and throw a clean tone. Yeah, this is this clean guitar amp. Bring it up in volume just a little bit. It's kind of quieter than that. Very nice. Sounds good. Let's see what that does. Bright. It's kind of a bright switch, and I don't know, that's like a mid hump. Yeah, we'll leave that stuff off. All right, so now I'm not sure. Let me go back to a full face shot here. Hello, Richard. How are you doing? The Valcro. Be sure to subscribe to the Valcro's channel and subscribe to Jam Pro's channel because they need all the money you can give them. I tried on the vocal the other day. Very cool. Type it out. I'll try it. YouTube channels, the more subscribers you get, the potential is that you can make a few cents. So that's very helpful. And I'm not sure if the owner of this, oh, by the way, and if you play in a live band, some people are really generous. You do a good job playing, and they tip you really pretty well. So I got a pile of those that I've been sitting on since last Saturday. I'm not sure if the owner of this guitar is in or watching the live stream right now, and I just want to address him if he is. I don't know what his work schedule is like. So if you're on the channel and you can see the chat, and there's some guys in the chat that you might be able to see if you're not looking at it as full screen. If you're on a cell phone watching this, if you don't go to full screen, you can see some chat going by, and you can participate in the chat, but I have my channel set to subscriber mode only. And the two guys in the chat right now both have blue letters on their name. That means that they are moderators on my channel. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. YouTube, I've had 20 people in a live stream like once. And YouTube only says there's like 2 or 3. And then also the participants does not show everybody. The only way that the participants is shown is if someone has typed a comment. So I see that there's 3 concurrent viewers. So I doubt very much that he's on here. But if he is, hit the subscribe button. And you can take part in the chat. So, man, this thing. Okay, so a couple of details about this guitar we're going to talk about, and the work that I did on it, because I love sharing my job with people and stuff that people can learn from. And this is all, I don't know. Richard said it really well. It's important. So, what did I do with this guitar? Well, it was brought to me because let me sit back so you can see the whole thing. This is a Carvin model 422, made in 1985. Underneath the truss rod cover is let me move this camera a little bit so I can get the whole guitar in the shot. Either one of the inspectors or the salesman, somebody signed underneath the truss rod cover. And so that was kind of cool to find that. So obviously I had to take the truss rod cover off, and I had to take all the machine heads, or all the tuning keys, the machine heads off of the guitar, and take the strings off of it and the nut, because the reason this guitar was brought to me was that, which, running your finger over it. I wish you all could run your finger over this unfortunate accident that happened. Again, this guitar was born in 1985, and I believe the owner of this guitar bought it brand new And I don't know the exact year, 85 or 86, I'm guessing, maybe 87. So it survived all that time. And I want you to take a look at this thing. Look at the paint, and it's a pointy object. It's a murder weapon, right? But look at, none of the corners are busted off of it. The paint is still in like immaculate shape. Hey, Preston, dude, you're gonna love this guitar. Look at how this guy has really taken extremely good care. Yeah, you know it. This is an old one. It's an 85 again. So I wanted to just point out and compliment the owner of this guitar and the care that he's taken of this thing. And he has literally thousands of hours of playing this. I haven't heard him play a note, but the gentleman, believe me, he's played it, and I'll tell you how I know. And what happened to the headstock, let's talk about this. It's really unfortunate. I think it happened in Baker City or back at home. I'm not sure which. He was playing his guitar. He set it down, leaned it up against where he always keeps it, and he moved himself just right and knocked this thing over. And that's what happened. And it's a solid maple neck. And I can't 100% say if it's neck through or if it's a set neck, but this has all been just perfectly routed. And you can barely feel this transition from the neck to the body. It's really, really cool. So that's how this happened. And so I glued that back together again. And it was, there will be a video on my channel. I did shoot video of the entire repair, so that'll be up. And don't worry about watching that. Nobody does anyway, or very few people do. So that was the reason I had to take all this stuff off of the headstock. And just as I'm not going to say anything about that. So beyond that, we did a fret level and crown, and this is why we did it. The owner of this guitar does a lot of finger tapping, and he uses the tapping technique as he was telling me it's as a rhythmic type thing. So he's very interesting that I'm that quiet. Okay. So up in this area of the neck, you guys would not believe that all three, the G, the B, and the E string, which this is not tuned standard, but those are standard tunings. There was literally a slot cut into the fret from him tapping on this thing and using his pick. And literally, I've seen divots in guitar necks where they took a hit and the string actually put a divot in the neck, but this was every single string, and it was clear down to here, roughly. And these divots, what was happening was, and he said he doesn't bend a lot, which is fine, but when I bent a note on it, it would be like tink, tink. You could. It was tragic. Yeah. So again, thousands of hours on this instrument, and this guitar right here was purchased by this guy in 1986 or 87, and he's one year older than me, maybe 2 years older than me. That Ibanez right there, I bought that in 1989. So he and I were in possibly the same guitar shop buying a guitar right around the exact same times. So I know exactly what this guitar means to him, because if something happened to that one, then the headstock broke, which it has, I'd want to get it fixed, because I do play that guitar quite often. Yeah. Yeah, cool. You can totally tell. And so we decided to go ahead and do a fret level and crown, and these frets, there is not much left on these frets. To say this is the last fret level that this guitar might get away with is I regrettably have to say that this is probably the last time. I mean, they can be leveled again, but there is going to be so little left to crown them is going to be almost impossible. So we did the neck repair and then the fret level and crown. And then beyond that, let me get this up here. You notice what pickups are in this? Anybody have a guess? Anybody want to guess what pickups are in this guitar? Hi, Charlie. Welcome, brother. You're going to hate this guitar. You old folky. And I joke, man. Any guesses? Yeah? Right? I'm sure you go, yeah. England. Oh, you're close, Preston. Yeah, it's an EMG 81-85 combo. And I chose, he wasn't sure 100% of what EMGs to go with. If you look at their website, there are several different models of EMGs. So I listened to the owner of this guitar and what he said that he does with them, pinch harmonics, trippy rhythmic stuff with tapping on the guitar. And so I chose a Zakk Wylde signature set of EMGs. Not because I'm a huge Zakk Wylde fan, but because I felt like what his pickups sound like and his guitar tone would fit this gentleman very, very well. You know, we'll give it another look. You can get a pinch harmonic on this thing just by looking at it. And on every string. I mean, I don't have to think about it. Some of them are a little more difficult, but you know, that's a technique thing. I'm not perfect at that. And these things are utterly silent. I'm going to turn the noise gate. This is a super high gain amplifier. Let me show you the amp one more time, just so you can kind of get an idea. Here's the amp, and I'll make this large size. Let's make it large. And we'll turn the gate completely off. All right? We'll crank the gain up on the amplifier. Again, these are active 9-volt, active, so I got the gain just cranked. And there is some noise. You can probably hear a little bit. You hear that? But man, gain just dimed on one of the highest gain amps known, right? So we'll bring that back to where it was. And with a little bit of noise gate, silence. I mean, this thing is amazing. These pickups are super, super silent. So we did brand new EMG 81-85. Volume knob is there for a reason. I installed a brand spanking new Switchcraft pickup selector switch and have it tilted ever so slightly. We may have to switch that for him. I want it to be as close to what he had as I can. So I think I got it put about where the guy had it before I changed it out. And these two switches right here, this one is just plugging a hole. So it does nothing. This one kills the guitar. So Also, I do have a compressor on my vocal mic, so when I'm playing this guitar, you're not hearing it through the vocal mic. You're hearing the guitar all by itself, so you're not hearing the noise from the strings and such. So that's the way I have it set up. So it's being very, very honest in what this thing sounds like through an amplifier. The thing is tuned to drop C. So it's C, G, C, F, A, D. And the thing just holds tune so perfectly. Right? Now, string action on this thing, it's about as low as I can stand on any guitar. I'm going to try and give you guys an idea. It's so low that I don't know if you can even see, but I'm going to see how well I can hold this up to the camera so you can get an idea. And I have to be really careful here because I'm handling this gentleman's guitar, but let's try and get the 12th fret here. Where's the 12th fret? There we go. So there's the 12th fret, and the camera is going to focus on my face. Doggone it. If I put my face down. So to say it's low is an understatement. It is super low. I'm at 2/64 of an inch at the 12th fret on the treble E string and 3/64 on the bass E string. So this thing is stupid low. And it's lower than even I feel is comfortable. So I just, it's very, very interesting to play a guitar with string action this low. This is crazy. All right, so let's see, what else did we do? When the guitar was brought into me, there were screws missing from the cover plate, and there was tape. Just, it looked like shit, right? Which I say that in all due respect. It's personal belonging, and that's what he liked. I cleaned all the tape off of the back of this. It was like, what was it? Scotch tape that had been put on it. I have no idea why. It was just on there. And so I got rid of all of that, cleaned that up, and just basically polished the entire guitar and put screws in all the screw holes in the cavity cover, and matched up. The machine heads had some odd screws put in, so they've been pulled. This guitar's probably been worked on several times. Hey, take care, Charlie. Thanks for dropping in, brother. It's great to see you. Get some good rest. So I matched up, I used new screws and matched all the screws up on the machine heads. Also on the locking nut, which is a real interesting design. If you haven't ever seen one of these, you've probably never seen a locking nut like that ever, I would guess, unless you've seen one of these type of Kahlers. These are very, very seldomly seen. There's 4 screws that go down and through the locking nut that hold it onto the neck, and those were mismatched. And there was a couple of them that were sticking up kind of high out of the metal, and mine all went right down and buried. And I filled and re-drilled those holes so that all of this stuff is basically brand new. It's like the day it was made. So I really put a lot of effort into this, and you can imagine how much time it took to do all this work. And I'm really proud of this neck repair. You can't feel it. So, having said all of that, that's basically everything I did to the guitar. And I'm going to go ahead and go up here and open this amp sound. Let's see. so there's the bridge pickup with a bunch of distortion. I'm sorry, that's the neck pickup. Just cranked. We're gonna roll the tone all the way off. Tone all the way up. Tone down, sorry, tone down. All the way up. And then the bridge position pickup. Tone all the way up, tone all the way down. Not a real drastic, right? Not a real drastic change. However, that's all by the guitar, all by itself, right? That is not a good way to tell if you have good guitar tone or not, playing by yourself. You have no idea what it's going to sound like in a mix, right? We all know that, right? We do. I think we do. So I'm going to go ahead and throw on a backing track here. I have no idea what key this is in, but I want to give you guys a chance to hear what this thing sounds like. And dude, these pickups are so fucking hot. I don't play active pickups very often. I do have one Ibanez, second one in right next to the 12 string, which I know it's out of focus a little bit, but that Ibanez right there does have an active pickup system in it, but it's not a 9-volt system and it is not EMGs. These things, after using these, I am very, very close to putting a set of these in a guitar. I'm gonna have to find the right guitar to do that with. And these aren't terribly expensive. I'm not gonna share the price. You can look them up. It's a Zakk Wylde EMG 8185 set. You can look them up. That's the same price anywhere you buy them. Now, one other detail about this, when we wired up the electronics, this volume control controls the bridge pickup. Let me turn the volume off. And it's on the bridge position. Right, silent, now the bridge. And this is the neck position pickup. So if we go here, the neck position on, now it's off. Which might seem kind of counterintuitive to a lot of folks. Like, that should be the neck, that should be the bridge. No, he wanted them so that he could get it at the bridge position pickup. That's how he likes it. It's been wired up like that for decades, it sounds like. So 85, this guitar is, what is that? How long is that? 95, that's 10, 2005, 20, 2015. That's 37, 38 years old. I think it's 38. And it's in this good a shape. I mean, dude, pretty spectacular. And I always say that, you know, if your guitar doesn't have dings and scratches in it, that you're probably not playing it enough. Well, I'll be dipped. Here we go. I want to play along with this backing track real quick just to see what happens. Okay. I'd say this thing is pretty healthy. Interesting, while I was playing that, I may just have broken my... I broke my pedal, I think. Okay. So that's kind of a bummer. I broke my pedal. I have no idea. Okay, so this is like an acoustic guitar. right. So I think I've played this thing plenty. So a little update on what I've done and a look at a very, very rare guitar that if you're a guitar player, there are very few of you that will probably ever lay eyes on one of these. They're pretty rare as far as I know. But man, this thing is a monster. And I am certainly not the world's greatest guitar player, but man, this thing is really super easy to play. I'm not kidding. So I'm a little biased because I did do a bunch of work on this thing. Hopefully I've covered everything. I think I did. Oh yeah, we did an intonation on it also. So the thing is intonated as perfectly as possible with a Peterson strobe tuner. But we may have to do a little action adjustment for the young man who owns this guitar. So I'm going to hang up now and go watch the Falcro, and so are you.